then like, why are you calling me a thought?
Because you are respected as a thought. I can't respect you as a
So what are
loyalty
you?
woman.
What are you?
I'm a man.
And I'm a man too.
I'm a man too. Hey guys, welcome to the show, episode 132. It's just me again, unfortunately, and I do apologize about that, but I promise I will do my best to put out a good episode and make it as entertaining as possible, and we're going to get better on this like 2 per episode thing. It's just, things are complicated, but I promise you guys that in the future, or just if you guys stick with us, it'll be worth it, and the grind's going to be worth it. So welcome to the show. I hope you're going to have, if you haven't seen it yet. I hope you're having a good Friday. I hope you're ready to get off work, or if you got off work, I hope you're going to enjoy it tonight. I hope you enjoy your weekend, whatever it may be. But, go ahead, put a smile on your face. There ain't nothing to be upset about. Most of you guys probably getting paid today. I won't be getting paid today because I don't get paid till next week. So if you get paid, it must be nice to be you. Jerry Springer passed away today. Well, yesterday on the 27th, April 27th. I'm going to be real. I don't know too much about him and his show. I wasn't like a big fan, but I have heard and seen so many references of Jerry Springer. I remember, I guess, fuck it. I remember, like, I came to Texas. I used to live in Illinois. I came to Texas, and people would be like, Jerry. Every time like, people start instigating, fighting, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I have no idea. Like, what is this Jerry chant, And people would just say it, and, like, this show, Jerry Springer. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I really don't know. And one day, just TV was on, and it just came up, and I was like, oh, this is what people were talking about. Because people try to explain it to me, but I just had no clue. Like, oh, it's a show, people blah, blah, and just no idea. So then I see it on TV, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, still never watched it, really liked that. But I was trying to, do some research, understand the show a little bit. So I was watching some clips on YouTube right now. And I've been doing that the last 30 minutes. It was only going to take me 10 minutes, but the last 30 minutes, because it was so funny. Like, and I understand why people enjoyed that show and why it was like aired for so long. So before we get in more about the show, I do want to say rest in peace, Jerry Springer and his family and his friends, his close ones. I hope they can go through this in a peaceful way, respectable way, and hope they stay strong and get through this tough situation, because it is sad and it's very unfortunate. He had cancer, pancreatic cancer. Not sure how long he's kind of been dealing with the sickness, but today or yesterday it was announced that he passed away. So very sad. But he is going to go down as probably a TV legend. And like I said, I wasn't a fan, but it's just like, same thing with Michael Jordan, and LeBron, like, not to compare them to like Jerry, but you got certain people that leave an impact on whatever they do, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, golf, boxing, UFC. He was doing television. And again, don't know too much about his background. He did a little bit of politics, a little bit of some of that. And then he got into his show. And I know he started doing his court show as well. Kind of like funny, reality TV, I guess you could say. But, I mean, his show did so good. Again, I want to say it aired for like 20 years. Let me check on that real quick. 31 years. So his show it started in 1991 and ended in 2018. He did his show for 31 years. He aired nearly 5,000 episodes. Holy moly, guacamole. That's a lot. A lot of people, a lot of work, a lot of recording, a lot of scripts. But kudos to him. Again, he's going to go down as a legend in the television and just in that community. Even just to have a show for that long, it had to be a blessing for him. And I mean, people loved it. Like I said, I was growing up and people were talking about Jerry. Every time, someone started instigating. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys around this age or whatever in school, like, you heard people saying that chant. So it was really cool. And really just like nice to see that. And you don't have a lot of shows or a lot of movies that people keep referencing. One that I can think of right now is Friday, like that movie. That's a movie though, not a show or a television show. Like people reference that show a lot. There's a lot of movies and shows that people reference, and it kind of just becomes part of you. And I think a show like Jerry Springer, like community and culture wise, like it had a huge impact, and that's always cool. And I think that's why he's going to go down as a legend. Again, never really watched his show, never was a big fan, but you can kind of tell like if something was relevant for so long, like it worked and people loved it. I will play a clip right now that I thought was pretty fucking hilarious. So it's this guy and he talks about this one night stand, and it's not the one night stand that he thinks it is. So I'm gonna play it for you guys. We'll watch it together. So here we go. It's only 3 minutes.
All right, Jeff says he's here to confront a bad one-night stand. Whoa. Jeff, what? Oh, nicely done. Yes. What's going on?
Well, Jerry, one day I went to a club this last weekend, and, I was just going to the club I'm single, I'm very handsome, I'm young, so I was trying to go to the club.
You're what? You're very...
I'm handsome.
Oh, I'm sorry, it must be my glass.
No. Oh, okay, well, all right, well,
No,
maybe not in your eyes.
No,
but
you're very good. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so I went to the club, and my objective was to get drunk and possibly get a girl.
Yeah.
Just for the one night stand, you know what I mean? There you go, come on.
You're
Yeah.
cheering that. Go ahead, yeah.
So, I got a couple shots and I'm drinking my Ciroc, and, next thing you know, I started glancing around to see if I could hawk to see if I found a girl.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I see this one girl just like this, just constantly just looking at me. She comes up right beside me.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, she comes up right beside me, and then she starts to whisper in my ear, and then mind you not, before she starts to whisper in my ear, she starts to rub up on me. And then it started getting to the point where, there you go. And she was rubbing up on my sausage, getting saucy with it. So I was just like, okay. And then mind you not, and at that point I'm feeling kind of drunk right now. So
Yeah.
I'm like definitely into it right now.
Yeah.
So then she whispers in my ear and says, meet me in the parking lot. I'll take you to the parking lot.
That is romantic.
Very romantic in a way.
Yeah. Okay.
So, she walks up and I start walking behind her. And then she starts to telling me that she's a virgin.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, in my head, I don't believe that, but I'm gonna respect the fact that you said you were a virgin.
Right.
But she did say she loves oral sex. And I
So
couldn't turn
she's
that
half a virgin.
with her mouth, right? So I couldn't turn that down, and at that point, I wanted something at least. So if I wasn't gonna get what I wanted, then at least give me what I want. So she gave me that, and next thing you know, the day after that, I'm with my homeboys. My phone starts to buzz, and I get a text message. So I'm like, the text message was like, hey, are you trying to take me out on a date? And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, I'm single. I don't know who I would take on a date. So I was like, who are you? She said, the girl you met from the bar that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, she had reason to think you were interested.
to me, that's a thought, straight up. I would never take a thought on a date. I'm sorry, I mean, it's real, I can't. So why you called me here for, huh?
Because you called me a thought.
Well, you got treated like one. What do you expect me to say, sorry?
Yeah, like why you're and like why are you calling me a thought?
Because you are respected as a thought. I can't respect you as a
So what are
loyalty
you?
woman.
What are you?
I'm a man.
And I'm a man too.
You a man? Huh? You a man? Yeah? You are nothing but a thought.
No, you are.
Best believe that.
You loved it, didn't you? That's what.
Oh man, that shit was funny. My first reaction was a lot better, but that was funny. But what I love about the show, like it's like not corny, but like quirky. Like it's clearly like these guys are and girls, they're actors. Like they go in there and like just kind of like tell this story. And I'm curious if like someone writes them a story, or if they just kind of like, hey, be this person, you come up with whatever you want on like the dot or whatever. But I'm like, bro, like I would love to be like a person in Jerry Springer and just be like, man, tell me who to be, and just be like, and then it's just some wild shit. Like, you know, that one was the dude hooked up, or not hooked up, but you know, he got some head from a trans, and he's like, I'm a man too. And like, you know, with the deep ass voice and like shit like that. That's just so funny. And I think that's what was so cool about the show, that people knew like it was scripted, people knew it was fake, but they loved that drama, like outrageous drama. Like what was some wild shit we gonna hear today on Jerry Springer, and that's what they got, and that's what they did really good on the show. So again, kudos to the show, kudos to Jerry. It's a really funny, cool show, entertaining show. Like I said, it's just funny drama, and like you just see some wild situation. And I'm curious if any of them are like based off true stories, like current events, you know, that they kind of put a little twist to it, because that's always fun too to do that. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed that clip, because that was probably my favorite one out of all of them. I do want to kind of shift the topic a little bit. Let's see what we got on the agenda here. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna finish off here with some soccer, and also some screenshots of some news, not news, but some things that I saw that I kind of want to put my business out there. We'll talk about some UFC. This is a scenario, you know, what if this was to happen? We know that Izzy and Alex Pereira have this crazy legacy rivalry thing going on, and it's fucking cool. And it's one of those rivalries that we get to see once in who knows how many years, you know, or whatever you may, centuries, whatever you may call it. It doesn't happen often, is what I'm getting to. It doesn't happen a lot, and when we have it, as a fan of the sport, I appreciate that, and I love it, and it's fucking cool, and it's amazing, and it makes me like want to watch them fight, both of them, whether they fight each other or not. So it was like something I've seen again. This was, I don't know if it was on Reddit. A shout out to this guy who put it on. The guy says, okay, hear me out. Alex Pereira moves up, obviously, goes up, fights somebody, then fights for the title against Jamal Hill. If Jamal Hill still has a title, which I think he probably will, because they want Alex Pereira to fight Jamal Hill. I think that's what they really want, to be honest. Next, you know, Izzy defends his title 1-2 times. After Alex beats Jamal at 205. Now you got the fifth fight, I guess it would be, at light heavyweight. Then they settle it there for double champ status, like put both belts on the line. I wonder if they could do that. I understand they're going to fight at 205, but wouldn't it be so cool, like whoever wins at 205, it's the double champ. They probably can't because of the rules and shit, but that's a scenario, and I was like, bro, that would be fucking crazy. Imagine like Izzy defends his belt, Alex beats someone, and then they beat Jamal Hill, and then Izzy and him fight again like within the year for the light heavyweight, and you got a double champ. That would be the coolest shit ever. It's never been done. If they play their cards right, the UFC can pull it off, because I know, you know, they're entertainers, they got to get the buys and everything. So if they can make it happen, I think they should. And both fighters need to be in it as well. You know, if I was the UFC, and I don't know how they plan their fights out and stuff, but I was like, I wonder if they're going to get with these fighters and be like, hey, look, this is a situation we got, and we can make a lot of money. You know, obviously you guys got to go in the cage and basically try and beat the shit out of each other, but you guys love them. That's why we pay you guys to do. So they agree, you know, like, hey, get your shit right. Let's make this shit happen. Let's get some money. Like, let's ride this wave, you know, let's start chirping a little each other, like here and there, catch me at 205 type thing. Next thing you know, within the year, you book a fucking iconic cast, whether it's in Vegas or Miami or New York, you know, wherever. Just book a nice iconic venue for an iconic night, and you fucking stack that fucking card in there. Like, you know, you got Alex, Izzy, and headlining, and you put some good ass people, like big names, like Kobe or Leon or Connor, Dustin, Gaethje. Probably not. John Jones needs a headline. Or like Brandon Moreno. Who's the other? Sugar Sean. Like, you put some big names in there and just try and make a lot of money off that fucking card. The UFC needs to fucking hire me, cause she. But anyways, that would be dope. UFC's an awesome sport. The matchmaking. There's so many possibilities of so many different fights. Like, I love seeing that shit. And it gets me going, and stuff like this gets me excited. So I really hope that happens. I would understand if it doesn't, because what if one wins, loses, or decides to retire, or someone gets hurt? Very understandable, but awesome possibility. So that was a UFC talk. I have more, but Zach's not here, so we can't really talk about it. Another thing, it looks like, I don't know if this is if this bill passes, so Texas teachers can get an extra $25,000 to carry guns in schools if a bill passes. Like, when I saw that, I was like, well, this is weird. Like, this is really weird. And the most weird thing about it, that it's in Texas. Like, I understand Texas is kind of crazy, like with the gun stuff, and like people just wild out here carrying guns, going to Walmart and you just see a gun out, and you see people with like pistols, bigger pistols. I don't know shit about guns. Then you see people with some fucking big ass. I'm like, why you going to Walmart, the self checkout lane, and you got strap right here, and then you got another gun right here, like, and you buying like some juice and chips. I'm like, who is going to fuck you up? I was like, bro, you probably going to hurt yourself with your own guns, like carrying it just to Walmart. And this was in Belt Meat Lake, Texas. It's like down the street, nothing crazy, not a big populated area, but decent size. And you got people doing that. Same thing, you go anywhere in Texas, any restaurant, any store, whatever. I guarantee you, if you any day in Texas, if you go to a grocery store, if you go to like a restaurant, or if you go to a park, I'm sure you will see somebody with a gun. And it's just going to be a civilian, like just straight up. And it's kind of normalized here, which is, I don't, it doesn't affect me. Like, I see, I'm like, all right, but what affects me is when I see a weirdo or someone who looks kind of off walking around with the gun. That's why I'm like, bro, you making me nervous. You got to stop carrying that gun, because that is not okay. And I think that's the problem with, there's certain people that shouldn't have a gun. You shouldn't be allowed to carry it. And again, I understand Texas acts like we in the Wild West, and it's not like that no more. We got to control the shit, because, people be wild. And I do want to say, in Texas, I feel like people think about pulling out a gun, because most likely the other person's going to have a gun too. So got to be careful with that. But yeah, Texas is crazy. $25,000 is a lot of money. But it almost seems like it's a bribe too. $25,000. As a teacher, you're probably getting paid $25,000 already, and you're literally gonna get your salary again, just if this bill approves, just because Texas decide to. But I guarantee you, on that fucking bill, the only thing that passes is not gonna be the gun situation. And just because I'm saying this, I'm gonna do research and figure out this bill. Because I guarantee you, it's not only about teachers can carry guns. Because this is what politicians do. The title of it can be, oh, we're going to let teachers carry guns, and they get $25,000. But, hey, we're going to ban this app. Or, hey, you can't do this no more. Like, that's what they do. So, but it's interesting. It's interesting if the bill passes, and if it does pass, like how would it affect Texas schools? Does it make people nervous? Like, as the kids, like what teachers, I'm assuming like admin, principals, everybody. As a cop, I would feel scared. Because if I'm the school cop, not everyone else got a gun with me. Before, got the school cop, he's the one with the gun. Don't fuck with the cop. Like, he'll tase you. Most likely, probably won't shoot you, but he has a gun just in case it needed. That's why they're there, just in case we get intruders in the school, things like that. You make us feel safe. Makes sense. Now you got everybody got a gun in school. Teachers, principals, Ideally, if someone comes in, try to fuck shit up, you would think, forces would, get together, stuff like that. Which most likely in any part of America, if some tragedy happened, Americans do a really good job to get together and join forces and go against the enemy. Like, Americans are really good at that. But what if some shit get crazy? Like, teacher get mad, students get a hold of this gun, and that's the scariest part. Like, and kids are crazy, whether you're 7 years old or 18 years old. Especially like when you're the older ones, they're a little bit strong, a little bit bigger, a little bit aggressive. They team up on you and just fuck with you and try to steal your gun. Because kids are dumb like that. Like, they'll just fuck with teachers just to do it. Like, as I was a kid, I saw it all the time, and I contributed to a lot of dumb things as a student, just to piss the teacher off. I'm like, bro, you're not my mom. You're just another human being, and I'm just gonna have fun, and I don't care what you gotta say. So this Texas law, honestly, I don't know. Like, no, pay teachers more and leave it. Like, I would have been cool with the law, but the raise, y'all should have done pay teachers more long time ago. At least at $50K salary, starting minimum. That's it. That's our still tough. But fuck, like, $30K a year, that's nothing. And then the smaller schools too, like, that's another thing, But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But it's interesting that Texas wants to pass this bill, and it's $25,000 because that's a lot of money. But politicians are sneaky. They're doing it for who knows what reason. And I don't know if it'll get passed. Like, I don't know too much about it. I just saw that headline, and I kind of read a little bit about it, and I was like, damn, this is wild. So I don't know how a legit official, or if it was just like, hey, this is an idea. I don't know if it's like a real thing. But if it's a real thing, damn, that's crazy. And it kind of just sucks for teachers because I don't know. If I was a teacher, I would feel disrespected. I'd be like, damn, this is what it has to come to for me to get some money. And I hope the teachers go through some special training. And I want the government to pay for that training, how to use a gun. How you can just go let any teacher carry a gun? I was like, nah, you got to show him, let him have some training, stuff like that. Let him know how to use a gun. Because if somebody does come in and you don't know how to use a gun, that's pointless. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope I did my best to put out a good content, good episode. I know it was short. I really want to have longer episodes for Friday. I really want someone to do it with me, Zach. And it is what it is. But overall, I know this is my outro, and a lot of people like to drop off, but I do want to say, if you are listening or watching, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. We are growing. We're trying to grow, and just show some love. Check out our other videos. We're doing our best. We want to be funny. We want to be entertaining. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. We don't do none of that. We just want to entertain and talk and have a good time. And we want to share that experience with you guys. That's it. And, if anyone of you guys want to ever comment, send us a message about anything, and we can have a conversation about it. Me and Zach would be more than happy to, or me and Michelle would be more than happy to have that conversation just for you as the audience and as a fan of the show. Again, if you're listening or watching, if you're listening, just share the thing. If you liked it, share it to somebody who may like it. If not, leave us a review. If anything, if you listen to it, that's more than enough for me. Thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, we're trying to get our game up on YouTube. So leave us a like. If you're watching this, if you watch the whole thing, that helps me more than anything. So I appreciate that. But give us a like, subscribe if you really enjoyed it. And if you think somebody would like it as well, just share it. Again, I do want to say thank you to everyone who's watched our show and gave us, whether it was 1 minute, 5 minutes, or an hour of, watching us. I do appreciate that so much because, again, we're trying very hard, and this is all I think about. Hope you guys have a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Peace.